What's up guys, and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to avoid falling for a common trick when buying binoculars, and telescopes. You can check out my complete guide in the channel on how to understand the numbers and specs, but in this video I'm going to do a quick recap. So if you have a 10 by 50 monocular, what does that mean? It means 10 times zoom, in other words the objects are going to be 10 times closer or 10 times larger, and a 50mm diameter for the objective lens. The objective lens, of course, is the one in front, the one that captures all the light in the image, and it's usually responsible for a huge part of the image quality and also the field of view. If we have an 8 by 42 pair of binoculars, that means 8 times zoom, and then the number after the X, the 42, means a 42mm diameter for the objective lens. Just one objective lens. Since they're both identical, we just need to know one to list the spec. We don't multiply by 2 or anything like that. So a novice buyer equipped with just this information, or even no information at all, just thinking that the higher the numbers the better, may come across something like this. And then they're going to be hugely impressed. They must think, wow, that's amazing, and the price is even so good. So what's going on here? What's going on is that the name of the product is deceiving. They name the product something like 40 by 60 or 50 by 80 or something ridiculous like that, but the specs are actually not that. It's not actually 40 by 60. So that's like me launching a car on the market and calling it super sports car 700 horsepower, but if you check the sticker, if you check the data sheet, it's actually just 100 horsepower. So it's like a way to try to false advertise without getting sued for false advertisement. So if we go down to the description here, we see that it's actually 10 times zoom and allegedly a 55mm objective lens diameter, and I'm even suspicious of that because the product is listed as being 50mm tall. Actually, when it's laying horizontally, it's 50mm tall. So how can the objective lens be taller than the entire height of the product? Now in the second example, I can't say for sure they're being deceiving, but we'll have a look at it and decide if it's worth the risk or not. Now they claim 40 by 60, or at least it's called 40 by 60, and then in the description they actually claim 10 to 40 by 60. So when you have a number like that, that's 10 to 40, that means the zoom is variable. You can adjust the zoom. But that usually means you have either a second knob besides the focus knob or some kind of lever or something like that, and we don't see any of that here. And it's once again claiming a 60, it's actually doubling down on the claim that it has a 60mm objective lens. And if this picture right here, where it shows it attached to a tripod and a cell phone, if this picture has the accurate proportions, then there's no way this is a 60mm objective lens. So we can't say for sure it's being deceitful, but it doesn't seem like it's worth the risk. So today we've seen what are most likely around 8 by 42 or 8 by 48 monoculars, something like that, and they're claiming to be 40 by 60. Now I just want to say that it's not always the seller's fault. Sometimes the manufacturer gives it that name and the seller doesn't know anything about monoculars and telescopes and binoculars, and they just list the product as they get the information from the manufacturer. So they're still wrong, and you shouldn't have to pay for that, but it's not always the seller trying to be deceitful. And this happens once again with telescopes, binoculars, all these kinds of spotting equipment. So watch out. Try not to fall for that. I hope that this tip has saved you some money and saved you some grief. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.